Hi everyone, my name is Paula and today I'm going to be talking to you about business in Russia. When people think of Russia, usually they think of people who are tough and cold. The truth is, Russians aren't nearly as unfriendly as all that. Aside from the obvious cultural and political differences, the average Russian has many similarities to the average American, especially when it comes to business. That being said, there are certain things that you should be aware of if you plan on practicing business in Russia. By the end of this briefing, you will hopefully understand a little bit more about Russian business and how to establish a link between your business and one in Russia. Today I will be discussing 3 important areas of Russian business: greetings, proper etiquette, and which kind of businesses to partner with. To start off, Russians have very simple formal greetings. During a formal greeting, men are expected to present a very firm, almost painful handshake and to maintain direct eye contact. If the men are familiar with each other and are acquainted, a bear hug may be the greeting used instead. Women usually exchange 3 kisses beginning on the left cheek, but are allowed to request a handshake instead if they are meeting a man. In formal and professional settings, Russians tend to pay more attention to professional and educational honorifics such as doctor, professor, or CEO than an informal conversation, according to globalroadwarrior.com. Now that you know how to make a good impression, it's important to make sure that you keep up that good impression throughout your meeting. Now, just like I mentioned before, when you meet a Russian business person for the first time, it's important that you give them a firm handshake while maintaining eye contact. It's also important that you don't smile, because Russians see smiling in formal settings to be immature and disrespectful. If you're a man, you should wait for a woman to make any sort of physical contact before matching it, including handshakes. This is in order to show respect. It is also expected of you to bring a business card with your job title and any degrees you may hold written on it. You should bring 1 copy of your business card for every Russian business person you're meeting with. According to Global Road Warrior, a courtesy that will earn you extra bonus points with your Russian counterparts is if you translate your business card into Russian. Now that you know how to act around Russian business people, here's how you can enter the Russian market and be much more likely to succeed. A lot of people believe that when attempting to cross borders with your business, it's better to partner with an international company. In Russia, that may not be the case. In her article on the Next Web, Anna Kovaleva explains that the key to your success is through localization. This means that you're better off partnering with a local business leader rather than the leader of a company that is not based in Russia. Once you've established a good relationship with them, you're much more likely to have a lasting, successful partnership. With that being said, there is the risk of you coming across an unfamiliar situation, such as bribery. According to Global Road Warrior, many Russian businesses have corruption bleeding into their practices. This means that many business representatives will ask for a bribe when meeting in order to come to an agreement. It is your responsibility to understand what your company and country's policies are when it comes to bribery. In the United States, accepting bribery or offering bribery is not legal, which means that accepting or offering one could land you in serious legal trouble. If you find yourself in a position where you have to decline a bribe, it is up to you to defuse the situation without risking offending the business representative you are meeting with. Now, everyone knows that, due to the current COVID-19 pandemic, lots of countries are ordering lockdowns for their citizens. Russia is definitely included in this. Russia is following in the footsteps of many other countries and ordering a full lockdown across the nation, which prompted an economic halt according to the Moscow Times. Russia's capital, Moscow, has the highest number of recorded cases, and people are attempting to flee the country to more rural areas in order to avoid the virus. President Vladimir Putin has ordered a month-long work stoppage across the nation, which includes self-isolation orders. The penalty for spreading infection in some areas is a minimum of 7 years imprisonment. This seems a little bit drastic when comparing it to our own country, which has left each state to decide the lockdown and social distancing procedures and consequences on their own. Every country has had a different response to the pandemic, and it looks like some are taking it more seriously than others. There's really no telling how the world will be impacted when this pandemic is over. With all that being said, it is best to keep an optimistic view on your prospects when it comes to possibly making a deal with a Russian business. Now you know that 3 important steps to bringing your business to Russia are proper greetings, how to perform proper etiquette, and what kind of a business to form a partnership with. You also now know how to deal with a situation in which bribery is brought up. Hopefully now you understand a little bit more about Russian business and how to establish a link between your business and one in Russia. Thank you.